Okay, when last we left off, I believe we had rescued Taya, and for the time being, we are currently moving to liberate a mind-controlled Joey Wheeler. You cannot defeat me. So how this works is, basically you have to, there I go again, saying that phrase. You have to go defeat, Joey using Mai. If you do it with anybody else, you actually fail the campaign. Which is, you know, not ideal, but I understand. Fizzed is for the time being, and we'll level her up because she needs it. And yeah, Joey's forces are just reduced to these two guys. That's really it. I don't know, these guys will move. Yeah, they will. Special. You don't either, but let's go ahead and meet this guy here. You're the only one who didn't attack, so you're the one that's going to have to be annihilated. Oh well. That's how that works. I'm gonna have him wait. I'm waiting for that Dark King of the Abyss to lower its guard before I start attacking with Sangha. Because Sangha would just completely obliterate him. Thanks to that enchanted javelin. And of course, they're bullying my summoned skull. Now that summoned skull, I just put it on her team for the time being because she needs the experience. Unfortunately, she's going to kind of be irrelevant after this mission because I really don't need her for a lot of things after this. So her team's going to be restructured. I kind of, after this mission entirely, I start leaving Fistis behind because we don't exactly need her. Because her ability, I've gotten most of the items that I want at this point, so her ability's not as useful now. Her monster lineup isn't bad, but they can go anywhere. And I have other plans for the Summoned Skull. that since that guy's been dealt with. Oh yeah, they also... Oh, they do have a respawn point. I didn't think they did. They just don't have items. They're not as good as they would be. That's how that works. Alright. Who's also my lowest? Ironically, it is mine. Shimon, you really haven't had much action lately. Let's just take down that Accelerator. This is going to cause some problems. It's a shame that you don't get Accelerator until much later in the game, because it's such a beast of a monster in this game. I mean, it's no slouch back in the day either, because a level 4 1700 beat stick is not a bad monster. Double crit. Okay. I promise you that wasn't rigged, like how I have enchanted javelins and black pendants and Sword of Dragon Souls. That just happened. Getting 2 crits in a row. It's actually interesting that I kept this Blackland Fire Dragon for this long, but it's not a bad monster. Again, in the actual card game, yeah, he's a vanilla 1500 attacker, but that's still not terrible. Jeez, everything's angry today. I don't think there's any roaming monsters in this campaign, but we're going to send Terra up in the mountains. I don't think there are any in this one. Yeah, Panther Warrior, that's a scary monster. Just look at you, Joey. I'll wake you up. Hi, is that you? So, target 1, main target is that Panther Warrior, because that will wreck everyone's houses if we don't take it out first. Because, look how much that thing can attack. That is absurd. Panther Warrior is actually part of a beast down strategy in GOAT format. Because its ability is not good, because, it has to sacrifice a monster in order to attack. What I like to use it for, though, is if you do use Skill Drain on it, because a lot of people kind of forget that Skill Drain's an old card, and it's perfectly usable in GOAT format. Nice. Yeah, I think Skill Drain was printed in Dark Crisis, so it's been around a lot longer than people think it has. Skill Drain, being a thorn in our side since 2006, I think? No, not that far in the future. 2002 is when Yu-Gi-Oh! Debuted in the West. But it had been a thing since then. When did Dark Crisis come out? Was it 2004, maybe? I know it was early. So yeah, that is how long Skill Drain has been a thing. But it never really became a strategy until much, much later, or a group side deck card until much, much later. Because everything's reliant on monster effects now, so if you just shut off monster effects, it kind of changes the game entirely for certain players. Well, sans hand traps exactly. If you use Skill Drain, it basically becomes Caveman Yu-Gi-Oh! Again. Me have big monster, me beat you down. But like Panther Warrior, Berserk Gorilla, Goblin Attack Force, all those monsters were eligible in that Beast Down deck. Joey! Win. Pick that and that. Joey! Huh? What's going on? Good. He's free of mind control. So what's happening? Did I miss anything? No, you didn't miss a thing. Nothing at all. It's a good thing for you I was here to help. What's that supposed to mean? When did I ever even need your help? Alright, I must be thinking of somebody else. I'm just glad you're safe now. Why is everyone acting so weird? Pretty short campaign there. No roaming monsters, nothing really. A very weakened force. Alright, Joey, welcome back to the squad. Unfortunately, I love Flame Swordsman. It's an awesome monster, but unfortunately, he's not sticking around because time to completely restructure Joey's squad. First, we have the Red Eyes Black Dragon, of course. Remember I mentioned the Summon Skull? I have a different plan for it. Well, here we are. And even though it doesn't really line up color-wise, I will give him Panther Warrior. Hey, all you people. Now we get to fuse. And for those who know anything about early day Yu-Gi-Oh, you know exactly which monster this is making. Alright, so I need to redo her squad a bit. Giant Soldier wouldn't be a bad idea. You know, I guess I'll give her Flame Swordsman. Why not? He doesn't exactly line up with her, but, you know, he isn't bad to have. I'm going to trade. I'm going to give her Dark Elf. And I'm going to give her the Celtic Guardian. Alright. I think that looks good for our squad. Enchanting Mermaid, it's been real, but I don't really think you're going to be super helpful going forward. Well, I don't really have an option for you yet. That's called foreshadowing. Okay, no true abilities yet. Alright. Now that's restructured. Let's go ahead and save and then head into it. This is terrible! Everything's been burned to the ground. Is this the work of our new enemy? Okay, so I'm going to install cannons and a barricade here. It's not remotely worth it to really go out and capture the other bases. Fun fact. There is something I need to do, though. This is more Mako's domain, but I need to level up Joey, so a weakened enemy will be easy. You just need to kind of skim up and down this coast for a bit. There are some roaming monsters that are worth your time. But you gotta kind of like wander up and down this coast for a while. And the reason why I'm sending Tristan is what's funny is he ends up being my best unit most of the time. Double Sword Stalker, triple Flame Swordsman. That's actually kind of terrifying. There we go. We're being attacked by roaming monsters. Fortress Whale, Suijin, and Aqua Dragon. So remember when I mentioned that we might have something for Mako soon? Yeah, I wasn't lying. So you just need to survive and at least knock out one of them. I'm going to take out the Aqua Dragon because I have a huge advantage over it. But then I'm going to try to get rid of this Fortress Whale because that thing is a beast. Especially since everyone knows it's Mako's best monster, so of course it's a beast. then my score just goes off the charts after that. Let's try to whittle down this fortress whale now. Okay, Tristan, you just need to live. You just need to live. Oh, I need to fix that. Just food medicine. I might give Tristan sewage in. I'm going to restructure Mago's team. So that's all you gotta do. You just gotta win by points and then they all join you. Some very formidable enemies. Oh my. So it's actually not worth it to liberate the other areas. Because they only give you 100 gold, which is not helpful. And their stock, I don't think, is any good either. Plus, they're not willing to help you because, well, you kind of abandoned them. And then this happened. It's no one's fault entirely, but it's just... yeah. It is not ideal. Having Joey take out this guy is weakened because his monsters, sans that summon Skull, are mostly just back to level 1. Well, they are level 1. Oh, Sword Stalker. If only I could get you earlier. Definitely use you though, because it's a cool monster. Wasn't that great in the original game, but to be fair, it was a 5-star vanilla with 2k attack, so it could have been better, but it wasn't great. Oh yes, there was a chance to level up to evolve the Red Eyes Black Dragon into the Red Eyes Black Metal Dragon. I'd rather not do that because it's not very good. Well, you lose all the capability of fusing Red Eyes, and I am not a fan of that. Alright, so the target is this dungeon worm, because it's one of the scariest monsters in this game. I don't think it can poison yet, but it can still do a lot of damage. No abilities yet. Oh yes, I think Dark Elf was also part of that skill drain strategy. Because this ability is terrible. You have to pay 1,000 life points to attack. That's not good. Oh, I missed. Oh, Flame Swordsman. It's part of some interesting strategies with instant fusion, but it never really had any use in the game. Sans from, like, Blue Flame Swordsman exactly. But that's really it. Love how that Armored Wizard only did, like, one attack. Nash is going to take this onslaught because I can't mess with these two fairies, so... Yeah, the only monster on Taya's squad that can miss is that Dark Elf, and even that's not likely. Oh, wait a second. Let me change this. Not who I wanted to fight this guy with, but oh well. That's fun. I already did the Final Fantasy half, but I actually had an easy time with a boss that always used to wipe me out. What's funny is the bosses that I underestimate, I end up getting clean by, and then the ones that I always have no problems with, I end up losing to. I always love how that happens. It's like my mojo doesn't work sometimes. Yeah, I had to ban a guy because he left a spam message. But you're going to have that, unfortunately. I completely restructured Joey Wheeler's team here. Gave him his ace monster. And I don't think I need to explain why I gave him the Summon Skull. Alright, folks. It's fusion time. Meet one of my favorite old school monsters, the Black Skull Dragon. Wasn't the easiest to summon though, but once you did. Unless they had Mirror Force exactly, good luck. Plus, Summon Skull is just good to run on its own, because one tribute 2500, that's not going to sniff at either. Fun, because Meteor Black Dragon's always fun to deal with. Didn't think I'd get back in time. Ah well. Trying to wreck some house. So unfortunately, my Fallout 4 playthrough, I'm going to have to actually do something. The game basically forced me to go in a different direction because I had a game-breaking bug with with the mechanics that require you to move on with a quest line. So I have no choice but to murder all the Nuka World Raiders. I can't side with them now. Hey, whoever... Also, I noticed we've had a viewer this whole time before you showed up. If you like what you see, drop me a follow if you haven't already. But... Oh, that's interesting. And a bit horrifying. Those forces have been dealt with. Let's go ahead and liberate these two villages, and then we'll attack the main fortress. Not too surprising because, yeah, her code is very, very interesting. Yeah, as I mentioned, liberating the villages really doesn't help. because you saw I got only 100 gold from that. It really doesn't do anything. And then the extra viewer left. But it was nice to have the extra viewer. Unless they lagged out. So who's the big bad here? Strings? Interesting. He's kind of pathetic. Of course, then again, people have pointed out that his deck is actually bad. Right. And just the fact that I had more than one unique viewer, it doesn't happen often. I do have some in post, though, which is always nice because it means I'm getting some eyes on this channel. Eliminate. So does that make Strings a Dalek? Yeah. I actually enjoy doing this because another thing is I like sharing imparting knowledge in games that I know a lot about, and then playing games that I know very little about, like Ghostwire, and just enjoying the experience. And then pretty much, aside from one controller, I'm pretty much done spending on my set. One controller and a green screen once I get the web camera going properly. I'm pretty much done spending money on my setup. The last thing I bought was this microphone you hear me on. Yeah, that would do it. Yeah, basically just to kind of get started on this stuff, I just needed a halfway decent microphone and a capture card and a halfway decent headset. Afterwards, sky's the limit. I'm just trying to cut down on how many wires I'm running to my computer because it looks like a jumbled mess over here. That's kind of the plan. I'm thinking of asking a mutual friend of ours, if he can make me a logo. Become a VTuber? Don't really have the expenses to do that, unfortunately. You've done well, Yuki. For today, at least, victory is yours. That voice, Okora. I'm not as easily controlled by Scott's tricks as your friends. I wanted to use him, and after a little bargaining, he gave me the military force I needed. To what end? What are you planning? If you defeat me, I might be inclined to tell you. I'm in Macan right now. Come and get me if you really want to know. You'd better hurry. And of course, when they turn Bakura against you, who else would it be? Other than Yami Bakura. Alright, Mako. Time to restructure you a bit. Give you Fortress Whale, because it's his 8th monster, and I'll give him Aqua Dragon, because it fits. Unfortunately, I don't really have any equips for the Fortress Whale right now, so I'm just going to stock it with medicine. And dragons kind of get the short end of the stick in these games. Well, I'll give it the Monster Reborn. Right. Okora, this is what you wanted, isn't it? I'm here to fight you. You've already lost, Yuki. I was never after you. What? I'm going to burn Jakan and break the back of the resistance once and for all. That's the deal I made with Scott. You're too late to stop me now. Come on, try to catch me. Imperial forces, advance! Onto Jakan! We've got to stop Bakura. Get him! Yeah, they're not joking. Send the fastest units you have there immediately, and then send like Yuki and Joey off to deal with the other Imperial forces. I don't know if they're going to make it. Oh yeah? I'll probably be up there again sometime after Christmas, weather permitting. For now though, I may actually fail this, because I may have underestimated the fact that Mai is faster than Taya. then again, no roaming monsters in this mission because if it's a mad dash, then why do that to you? Hey, that's the best part. When you can actually have something play out like that. But yeah, I'm thinking of asking a mutual friends of ours if he can make me an icon, and I'd pay him for it. I think you know who that is. Nice. Two of those characters alone can wipe out an entire city on their own as it is. I think I understand why you guys are better at 2D fighters than I am. I never really grew up in that era. Like, I was very sheltered with that. And didn't really have a lot of experience with 2D fighters and arcades. Well, when I was a kid, arcades were going out of style, unfortunately. They barely existed. That, and we lived in an area where the only arcade was in a mall. Not that that's a bad thing, I'm just pointing that out. And that makes sense. Well, I had a Super Nintendo back in the day. My brother's copy of Mortal Kombat did not work. And it was impossible to find a new cartridge to replace it because it was going out of style. But we did have a working copy of Street Fighter 2. Fair. The GameCube that I'm playing on, I hold near and dear because it was basically my first true game console. Because while I had a PlayStation 1, I was a bit of a careless and destructive kid. That might actually surprise you, considering how I am now. I don't think we're going to make it. Nope, we're not going to make it. we failed. So I gotta redo that mission, but the good thing is I get to keep the level ups. I know who to send out immediately now, though. Though your PS2's on its final legs, but the fact that it lasted this long, though. That should tell you the longevity of those consoles. That's why I always love the old days of Nintendium, because no matter what happened to an N64, those things will still work. I have to take mine to a repair place because the stand-in cartridge that sits in the stand-in plastic piece that sits with the expansion pack is not easy to take out, so I'm going to have to take it somewhere to get it replaced. But I do have an expansion pack now, so I can actually play Perfect Dark to its fullest, for example. Yes, I can tell you that for a fact, because I had a PS2 Slim. The controller ports went bad on it. Though I managed to get one from Vintage for like $50, so I can't complain. Since you know how vintage games work, even if it's like been beat up, those things are rebuilt and built to last. Missed that place, but I understand. And the pandemic would have destroyed that store, unfortunately. As much as I hate to admit it. A lot of small businesses did not handle the pandemic very well. I heard that mod's not that expensive. It's not that easy. It's not that difficult to do either. Because you want to play the Biohazard, don't you? For those who don't know, Biohazard is the original version of, oh, I know why. Ultimate Ninja 5, right? But yeah, for those who don't understand, Biohazard is what Resident Evil used to be known as, only in Japan now. Hence why when Resident Evil 7 came out, it was known as Resident Evil Biohazard. And Ultimate Ninja 5, Naruto Ultimate Ninja 5. Unfortunately, that game got shafted due to the era of when it came out, which was when the PS3 was starting to get popular. Popular, I say, because it really didn't do very well initially. But I chalk that up to they did not understand Blu-ray technology at the time. They do now, but at the time they did not understand how it worked. But Ultimate Ninja 5 got shafted and did not make it to the Eastern market. It made it to, sorry, not Eastern market, Western market. It did make it to Europe, though, but it didn't make it to the United States. Because the PS3 had been a thing at this point, and they were moving on to the Ultimate Ninja Storm games. So, any ports of Ultimate Ninja 5 were cancelled. Yes, you must use the Celtic Guardian! I think he missed. Four was a good place to stop at, but it wasn't the best place to stop at. I'm just saying it was a good place to stop at. But 5 really should have been ported in some way, shape, or form. But unfortunately, I don't think the companies or Bandai Namco are really too inclined to do that now. Even though it could really work with this expanded PlayStation Plus or Xbox Game Pass if they want to do that. Nice job catching up here. Not that it helps. Now get out of my way! Okay, can that thing paralyze yet? Yes, it can. Well, I know who's going down first. I think what they would do is they would test the waters first with the expanded PS Plus, and if that actually does take off, then, well, the Switch ports would be inevitable, because the thing is, the Switch can totally handle a 2D Naruto game, come on! I always love how many people and developers underestimate what the Nintendo Switch can do, simply because it's Nintendo most of the time. And then Nintendo actually throws their hat in the ring and gets stuff like Breath of the Wild, or Scarlet and Violet, or, you know, a functioning Anniversary Edition version of Skyrim, come on. I also love whenever my line of work, let's just say I deal with people that trash the Switch, like they just don't like it. But there are those people that are like red. It's like Xbox is superior, and I'm like, oh really? What game do you play? Madden? And I'm like, well, this conversation is over. I'm putting a stop to your plan right now, Bakura. Ooh, and I was so close. Oh well, at least I accomplished my first objective. The Imperial forces now know exactly where you are. I guess that's good enough. See, Yugi, it doesn't matter what you do. I still win. It's been fun, but it's time for me to return to the recesses of Bakura's mind. I can't wait to see you again. Bakura, wait! Bakura! Huh? What am I doing here? Are you okay, Bakura? I think so. I don't remember anything after seeing that light of Scott's. I hope I didn't cause any trouble. Don't worry about it. We're just glad to have you back to normal. Nice job, Yugi! It was a good fight! Hey, you're Esperoba! Yep, I'm trapped here too! Would you like this, baby? We don't want it anymore! I heard that you are leading the resistance and decided to wait for you! I'd like to fight with you too! I hope that's okay! Of course, we're glad to have you! Why are you yelling? What? This is my normal speaking voice! Okay, so you need to find a replacement monster for Yugi because Neck Hunter, while useful, is not really a Yugi monster per se. Or Curse of Dragon is, but yeah, why not? So I'd probably go Tristan Sewage in. I think I'm going to follow through with that. Not the greatest monster in the world, but hey. The Gate Guardian pieces have never been pushovers. Okay, so who do I want to bring with me for this particular one? Mako can take a backseat for the time being. Not a bad squad for Esperoba here. But I feel like you would fit a little better here. Too bad I can't really do much with these monsters yet, because there's no equips for machines. Well, there are equipped for machines, but I don't get them until much, much later. Which is a big shame. do. It's either they play that or they play Call of Duty, and I'm just like, well, this conversation is over.
It looks like you're not the only one that the Dark Magician will call Master, Yugi. Why don't we determine who his true master should be right now?
Okay, so you have to win this campaign by using Yugi to defeat the main enemy. I don't recommend you go in there immediately because it's actually suicide if you do. Because, here's why. This Dark Magician, does anyone notice that his level, max level? And then another thing, Raigeki. Yeah. Don't go in there immediately, guns blazing, it's actually suicide. Okay, so gotta chill here with these enemy forces because there's one I actually am afraid of. It's this one. Because, this character uses the Gemini Elves. And yes, they have a double attack. Unfortunately, you can't get these two yet yourself. But once you do, yeah, they are actually very deadly together. But of course that makes sense because they're the Gemini Elves. When have Gemini Elves been pushover monsters? Even in the actual card game. Yeah, I remember dropping a Gemini Elf turn 1 and then it's like your move. Okay, Bakura, you've been out of action for a while. Let's go ahead and go on a nice little revenge tour here. Nice. Well, at least I don't have to worry about the Gemini Elves this time. I kind of miss those days, though. Slapping down a Gemini Elf, your turn. Why I like the fact that we have formats now, like legacy formats. There are two formats that I like three formats I like in particular. They are Goat format, Reaper format, and Edison format. Goat format is just, old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Nothing super special, following a band list from, I think, 2005. Then Reaper format is exactly afterwards, named after Spirit Reaper being everywhere. But then again, remember, Spirit Reaper is one dangerous monster back in the day. And then another favorite format of mine is called Edison. It was an interesting format. It was everything from Duel Monsters up until the Shining Darkness. So just before the Shining Darkness. So it was interesting because there were a lot of varying strategies back then. Whereas today we have almost hit another Tier 0 format because tournaments with the Shizu's monsters are a thing. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Both of those games are fantastic. I actually remember playing Infinite Warfare with my cousins and actually genuinely having fun with the game. And then World at War, I played online with my buddies back in high school. It was so much fun. Especially zombies. People like playing zombies on Call of Duty and they kind of forget where it originated. It's a shame. Southerners people, though, it's before your time. Which is weird to say. How about Ghosts? That game's just universally hated as well, and its storyline... I get it, its multiplayer isn't that great either, but its storyline is very interesting. Advanced Warfare is fun. Man, these guys are going down the scales. Now I'm fighting Invitation to a Dark Sleep, Phantom Duin, and Sagi the Dark Clan. What? Are you paralyzed yet? Nope, not yet. This is also partially why I would like a Fallout game in out west again, but I would also like a Fallout game in different countries, because it's like, what happened to the rest of the world? Sometimes atmosphere is everything in some games. Part of the reason why I like Ghostwire Tokyo so much, because you're going through an abandoned version of Tokyo. Now, the reason why I was afraid of Raigeki, I was pointing that out, is like in the actual card game, that is a very brutal spell. Basically, what that does is, on Dark Magician at level 99, it can deal up to 1200 damage to 1300 damage max on all three of your monsters. That is terrifying. And considering it's a board wipe in the actual game, that's ridiculous as it is. I think one thing I'm going to do on this channel, that reminds me, is at some point I'm going to do the Smash Bros. Ultimate Adventure Mode. Just to kind of like give some people an example of, it's like, yeah, this is why I'm actually decent at this game, but I completely scrub out online. Because I attempted online, get my butt handed to me. Now how that works is, the DLC characters, they just add to your roster automatically after you get to a certain point. But unless I have no other characters that I'm any good as, I'm not going to use them. However, there's one mission where I do make an exception. But you'll also understand where I get my disrespectful chops from. Did it turn out to be a lot? Did it turn out to be unwieldy, or what's the reason? Which is one of the best supers in the game. Oh yeah, and they also buffed the arrow spray. Have you noticed? The Reef Slider, while an interesting idea, it's I don't know what to think of it. I'm going to have to send out some sacrificial lambs for this. And then Yugi on after them. Nothing too interesting there.
I am the true master of Dark Magician. Come fight me, Yugi, and see for yourself. It will be my pleasure to show you his limitless potential.
Yeah, that much is true.
Yeah, and that's what I'm afraid of. Because, you saw how that basically annihilated my squad here.
I would heal, but at this point, I'm just trying to eat up his red Gekis. No, he's not. Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. The Dark Magician hurts. He just wiped out Shimon. I've always loved that Dark Magician. That's why I went out of my way to get a version of it. Just for the novelty reason. Get out of here. Alright, now that's taken care of. the monster invitation to her dark sleep, but the problem with it is, in this game you get it so late that it's not very helpful. Cool monster though. Well, Yugi can just mop this guy up now. I'm just going to sit here and guard. In my Dark Magician deck, I run 3 different versions. I run, I think, the movie version, the OG, and his Dark Magician. Oh. And what is this? Oh boy. Oh my. Yeah, I could see that, actually. Oh yeah, real soon, if I get to this mission, there's actually a bug in this game. Or glitch, maybe. I don't think it's a bug, it's like a glitch. Which you can actually exploit. I've heard Todoroki's actually ridiculous in that game. Sometimes it's interesting even to watch the AI go at it.
God! This can't be happening! Not to me! My body, it's fading! I'm fading away!
How could Scott do that to one of his own characters? He's merciless. Oh yeah, the Guardians of this place are actually very interesting. So the common enemies here they make me laugh. You'll see why. So I'll give him this Dark Magician. So Yugi has not one, but 2 Dark Magician. Okay, honestly, that's a fine setup. I would take Esperoba, but like I said, Roba's not really that helpful just yet. That'll do. So the enemies.
Yakshimesh, my name's the Shadi.
Yes, really. Alright, 1 second, folks. I need to check something because there are a lot of roaming monsters in this area and I can't remember where they are. Okay, that makes sense. As for everyone else, Joey, I need you to go here-ish. And Shimon, I need you to go here as well because you're going to require something else. That's the main shoddy you have to defeat. And, those monsters are terrifying. No pun intended.
I sense a disturbance in your heart. No doubt will bring ruin upon you.
I'm sorry, I can't do Borat. Okay. Well. Guaranteed crits are overpowered, aren't they? just waiting for the inevitable. And down you go. Machine King. Oh, not a bad monster, actually. So Taya, just go around here somewhere. Yeah, this is where you get a lot of good supplies and monsters. So, it's worth it. To do this quest. And like I said, just ignore this one for now, because it's the one you have to clear in order to beat the campaign. I think I want to trade you here, because there's something I want. Those that disturb my slumber must pay the price. I am a ghost! But what is that? High five! Sengenjan, eh? There's a beast of a monster. I love how his dark magic attack is just a beam of energy, instead of this one where it's shards. So once they actually get to a certain level, what I'm doing here is actually very broken. Oh, yikes. That's not good. But yes, in this campaign you actually get a lot of roaming monsters. I think it's one of the missions where you get the most. Which, you know, it's helpful. You always need to freshen up a few things. Oh yeah, these streams, I will upload them to YouTube, but I gotta cut them down because of the, I'm trying to stay within the half-hour limit, because going an hour over is going over an hour is kind of not a good thing for the algorithm, because not a lot of people are going to pay attention to it otherwise. I'm going to see what I'll see what I can do now. And of course, the Dark Magician is going to have a very quick growth rate with Yugi. I think I bought 4 of those Dying Ketos. I think I'm only going to buy 6 because I don't need a ton of them. They're just nice to have. Basically, you can only use them once. And the restocking fee for them is pretty high. But it's a perfect panic button. What it does is it's red medicine for the entire squad. I like to basically have it, there I go again. I like to have it as a panic button option. not bad.
I must test the power of the one that attempts to break the seal.
Cosmo Queen. Well, there's a monster. Cosmo Queen is actually one of my favorite cards because back in the day with Owl, back in the day when I played Forbidden Memories, it was one of the few power cards I was able to get my hands on, and it ended up saving me. Wow, this is one angry shoddy. Got 2 crits on me, and they were nat crits. Not like my guaranteed ones. So him having Cosmo Queen, he's actually cheating. Cosmo Queen is a fusion monster in this game. So him having that is actually illegal.
Wait, that's illegal.
Kind of like the BS luck I had in when I was playing Black 2 and White 2. One of the Elite 4 landed Focus Blast 5 times in a row. That's illegal. Beast of Guilford, another monster I have always wanted to like in the card game, but I mean, it's not bad. It has a pretty decent defense for a single tribute, and I missed. I thought we were beyond this. Have I made a mistake somewhere? Oh, they still have... That's why. Never mind. Man, talk about surviving with 1 HP. I love how, despite the fact the move is called Paralysis Sight, it doesn't paralyze at all. Also, fortunately, the shotties don't respawn, which thank goodness they don't, because Shoddy has some pretty fierce monsters. I think Joey already found his target. I think it's the one I haven't found yet is the one that's Tea's lurking around in. There it was. Yep. Alright. So everyone fall back for the meantime because there's no respawning troopers. Yeah, let's sit in the middle. Which thank goodness these shotties don't respawn because that would be scary. There's a little more out here, I think.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yep. A little shortcut, you can just go ahead and heal on this screen, which is nice. It's very nice. Oh, cool. I finally got the power quick guy at Kateno. Good. She needs that. There is a great power attempting to come into this world. It is time for me to face my final task. I love how the placeholders are just shoddy in this campaign. Okay, so in case you didn't know, that armored zombie is a menace. It is the one that needs to go down first. You will be able to actually obtain these monsters in a bit. Well, Pumpkin not really, but the other two you will. So, you can tell from this that they are actually worth your time. Because both Dragon Zombie and Armored Zombie are very, very strong monsters in this game. And you can understand why Armored Zombie is a strong monster. The thing is annoying. Eventually, Pumpkin and Dragon Zombie become just as good as he is, but from the start, Armored Zombie is able to paralyze immediately. Great! Now I'm at this guy's mercy. I swear I might lose this campaign because of this. Oh well. I've already lost one because I wasn't fast enough. Finally, free! Freedom! Freedom! Couldn't just defeat him, could you? Okay, you need to get out of here. Alright, you're next. I'm not going to be able to beat it, so... I love how I knocked out one of his monsters, yet I still lost. Actually, do I have the thing yet? No, not yet. Speaking of racing games, I heard that there was another fan-made F-Zero sort of game. There's another one of those examples of, well, Nintendo's not going to make an F-Zero game, so we're just going to do it. Oh, okay. Okay, so one thing I got here is this Blackluster Ritual. I'm saving that for another monster we will be getting. Which is here. Okay, so you end up in this campaign here. This campaign is actually kind of hard. Also, you haven't had much spotlight in a while, and no disrespect to Mai, but I think I'm gonna send in Mako. A little more restructuring. Because I'm going to give him Machine King, because that just fits. Hey, it's Optimus Prime! Duh! As for Tristan, I'm going to give him that labyrinth tank. Because that's one beast of a monster. Let's see, what else can I do? Shimon. I'm going to get rid of your Blackland Fire Dragon for the Millennium Golem. Because that just works for this character. Let's see. Any more restructuring? What other new monsters did I get? Beta, the Magnet Warrior, and Dragon Piper, Alright, so this is probably the last campaign that I'll have time to do. There's a reason why it's called Face Off, people. Can you guess why? So, Yugi, you've come. Kaiba, tell me why you're helping Scott. Words have such little value on the battlefield. It doesn't matter what I say. You and I are destined to fight, right here, right now. If you really want to know, you'll have to defeat me first. Then you leave me no choice. Alright, let's go ahead and get a ground unit up and a barricade. Kaiba's forces are no joke, by the way. The Empire gave Kaiba some pretty good soldiers. Yeah, you've shown me it before. But yeah, of course Kaiba's forces are no joke, because why would they give him a bunch of slackers? But this brings up something very interesting. He does... So, when this happens in his campaign, you're fighting Yugi with his friends, and yet in this campaign, Kaiba just has generic Imperial soldiers. Which is interesting, I guess, but obviously when you're playing the other side, Kaiba has his actual campaign people with him. there is a roaming monster in this campaign, and it's the reason why I'm saving this Blackluster ritual. I think I'll send Joey out for this one. The monster in question is in the dead center of the lake. Insect Queen? Man, okay. Really? 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 I guess his shoe's on the other foot, huh? Alright. That guy out of here. Alright. After that, I'm going to build a healing unit here. I'm going to need it. Okay, what have I got to deal with here? Eef. An anti-ground unit? Oh, that's not good. My name is Gaia, and I am looking for a master to serve. You are the Resistance, are you not? I must see if you are worthy to earn my eternal loyalty. And there is only one way to find out. We must fight! I love how you get Gaia the Fierce Knight so late in the game. It's just, I don't understand this. So, this actually triggers a glitch in this game. This fight right here. Also, in case you haven't noticed, he has two cursor dragons, so you know exactly what Gaia is doing here. Which is what I'm going to have to do. game-breaking glitch or bug or anything. I just want to point out what this does. What? You didn't fuse? I'm actually genuinely surprised. Oh, there it is. Ow. Okay, that is not good. I might actually lose this now. Just gonna wait. I wasn't really watching his health. Oh, thank God. Okay. Barely won that one. I understand the power of the Resistance. I would like to fight alongside you. Please accept my loyal service. Gaia the Fierce Knight. Fierce indeed. Okay, you can go here. Well, someone's gotta trigger the cannon, so... Who's my sacrificial lamb? You are. Also, Kaiba's not messing around. He actually has defenses. You haven't had much action. We'll send you here. Okay, so that glitch. Did you notice that that guy had a level 99 Curse of Dragon? That's what happens. For whatever reason, it overwrites the Curse of Dragon that guy has and replaces it with a level 99 one. I don't know why it does that. It's just something I guess that just slipped through the cracks when they made this game, but, you know. Slot machine. One less thing to worry about. So I want to actually point out something. Gaia Kutene Megami. It's not just a random monster, it's actually one of Kaiba's monsters. You never really see him use it in the series, and unfortunately you never really will, because it was only used once in one scenario that, of course, 4Kids has to dub out because of the obvious problem here. When Chemo tries to attack Kaiba on Duelist Kingdom, he actually does it with a gun. And what Kaiba does is that he outsmarts him and then jams Chemo's gun with the card. And that lets you know how BA Kaiba actually is, if you didn't have any doubts about that already. Killian, huh? You gotta love autocorrect, don't ya? Said no one ever. You missed. 4 HP, seriously? Alright. Hanging on with 1 HP, yeah! Waiting for the inevitable. Yep, just waiting for the inevitable. And get a critical hit while you're at it, huh? I only don't like doing this because it's so costly, but I have to. Alright, so Just have a few more to take down, and we should be good. Serpent Knight Dragon, not a bad monster, honestly. Seiyaru, and of course Kaiba has all 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons, because it's Kaiba. Because it's Koiba. My name's not Koiba. Parrot Dragon, Seiyaru, and Harpy's Pet Dragon. Not bad. Shenanigans, where? It's a running joke I had with friends back in high school. I'm remembering a lot from high school as time goes on. I'm getting old. Oh yeah, there was something coming. Well, what was it? Ah, crap. Let's pay attention. Oh boy. Oh boy. Part of the reason why I like the song The Touch. Well, I apologize in advance, but you got the touch! You got the power! Yes, of course I do. And then our mutual friend likes it for a different reason, because it was in Transformers back in the 80s. Yep, I think I'm losing my piece of Gilbert here, yep. Oh well, you can eat a drill. Jeez, 306? That's your base damage? That's insane! Pretty much. And while I would quote him, I feel like I would probably get flagged for it. Trying not to swear on this channel. Well, I could improvise. So, one segment that always made me laugh was he had a designated forger to forge an ID to bust into an enemy base. He goes, "It's so difficult to find a good forger these days." So then he swipes the card in and it fails. Note to self, kill your freaking forger. There we go, I kept it clean. Ah, Thunder Dragon. One half of the monster that saves your butt. In Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. Let's be fair, the only reason that you ever make it far in that game is because that monster exists. Well, there are two monsters that can get you through the game. That's one of them, the other is Meteor Black Dragon. However, they have stated in that the final 6 of the game, the final 6 bosses, it's very high rolling, let's put it that way. Because when you fight against Heishin for the last time, he's not as difficult to deal with, but he's still no pushover. And then the other one is whenever you fight Priest Seto and then Dark Knight, they can actually rock your world. Because if they play Blue Eyes, they can just straight up play Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, and if they do, you're done. There's nothing you can do. That's why those games are so hard to beat. Well, rather, that game is so hard to beat. However, I did find early game there is a monster that you can potentially make that can actually save you in some occasions besides Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon. If you get a monster from Villager 3, you're going to have to grind. But if you get a certain card called Job Change Mirror, how that monster works is, if you fuse it with any fiend, you get the Summon Skull. So, that is actually very useful to know. With it and a couple equips, you can actually defeat the first time face off with Heishin, but you're scripted to lose it. I love how Kaiba gets the High Mage theme whenever you fight him. He's the only character he's one of 4 characters that give this as his battle kit. And considering you're staring down 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons, course they're going to make it sound as bleak as possible. So there is a way to cheese this. Because I have the Sword of Dragon Soul, it actually makes this a little simpler than it would be otherwise. Because, yeah. Now he can't do anything, provided I don't miss. Yep, and now Kaiba has a sitting duck. And the reason why I didn't go for the kill immediately on that one Blue Eyes is because if you if you did, he'll actually fuse, and that's not something you want to stare down. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon is not a monster you want to stare down. In any game. Well, any Yu-Gi-Oh game, you don't want to stare down that monster. That monster is terrifying. So while I sort of disrespected Kaiba here, at the same time, I didn't respect him because I know what his strengths are. Because, yeah, while I wiped out one Blue Eyes, he wiped out two of my monsters, so it tells you that Kaiba's not to be messed with. So, I actually have done that. What I did was I summoned a monster with the Mercury symbol, which was Mystical Sand, powered her up once, and then Blue Eyes couldn't, and then she beat every single Blue Eyes that Kaiba used on me. No, she's not. Like I said, I actually powered her up and then sat on her because when dueling against Kaiba, because unless Kaiba draws Crush card, there's nothing you can do to her. It's kind of depressing that we never got that card until many years later. So, you've come. Kaiba, I don't know what you're thinking, and I'm not going to ask. But if you're working with Scott now and choose to face me, I will fight you with everything I have. I like your determination. I'd expect nothing less from my lifelong rival. I can't tell you how excited I am to finally be able to face you. Bring it on. I will not back down from this fight. If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you'll get. Fun fact, if you actually fuse a dragon monster with Pumpkin, you actually create Curse of Dragon. Not a lot of people know that. Now you can't hard make Gaia the Fierce Knight, but you can actually obtain him legitimately. Curse of Dragon's a little harder to get. Well, there's more to it than that. You'll actually understand. I've lost. Kaiba, neither of us wanted this fight. There is something else influencing you, isn't there? I could feel your pain as we fought. You could not hide it with your words. I never thought I'd be the one that lacked a cool head. Alright, I'll tell you everything. Scott has kidnapped my brother Mokuba. What a surprise! He's got him locked up somewhere. What? Scott has some kind of strange power in this world. He took Mokuba's soul and blackmailed him. He said that I had to defeat him if I ever wanted to get Mokuba back. Now that I've lost, Mokuba will be lost forever. Maybe not. Don't give up yet, Kaiba. Scott's been trying to make us suffer by creating a situation that would lead to extremely brutal battles. I'm not sure what his plan is yet, but as long as you're alive, he's bound to try and use you again. When he does, it should provide the chance I need to go and rescue Mokuba. So yeah, he was being blackmailed by Scott because Scott kidnapped Mokuba, of course. And basically getting the fight at Tem is just the cherry on top when it comes to Kaiba. In the